Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Options Professor podcast. This is Damien, and today is Friday, September 18th. Here's my weekly recap for the week. And I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with my own performance, considering the market was a little choppy. I managed to turn a really good profit. And at the end of this podcast, I'll show you exactly how much. But let me go through the spreads. And I ended up doing closing out 3 credit spreads, 1 debit spread, and 2 iron condors for a total of 6 spread trades. All right. The first one is Best Buy. And Best Buy, I was in this back here maybe about a week and a half ago when it started to make this base. I noticed that the 50 moving average was right above. So I ended up selling the 115 calls. I sold the 115 calls and bought the 118 calls for protection. So a $3 wide spread. This one gave me a 70-cent credit. And then I managed to buy this back a little bit early Monday morning, right when it started to cross above the 50 and the 200. I decided to just get out of this for a profit. And so I realized 26% profit. All right. I think I only left a very small portion on the table, but I wanted to get out of it, not knowing what the week was going to bring. I always like to start the week off with a nice profit. So 26% profit in Best Buy for holding this just over a week. The second credit spread I was in that closed out was Visa, V. And again, Visa had, this ugly drop from 217.35 all the way down to 200, and then it bounced off 200. So I managed to, as it opened up a little bit higher, I managed to sell the 200 level. And so sell the 200 put, bought the 195 put for protection. That's a $5 wide spread. And here I collected $1.10 in credit up front and ended up closing this and just buying it back for a 10-cent debit. So this gave me $1 in profit. And of course, I had 10 contracts, so that's $1,000 in profit in just this one trade, which is a total of 26% profit on the total risk that I had in the trade. Okay, so I always tell you the percentage of my profit to risk, total risk in this trade. All right, the third one is silver. And silver I was in just over maybe almost 2 weeks. I think maybe 2 weeks ago, I ended up selling the 24 put and buying the 22 put for protection. This is a $2 wide spread. And as you can see here, the green line is my the 24 level. And when I sold this, it was trading around 25. And I thought that it had a chance to go up or even sideways. And what we've actually seen over the past 2 weeks is just sideways movement of silver in between the 24 and 26 range. But as long as it stayed over 24, I was happy. I collected on this one 58 cents in credit for that $2 wide spread. And I closed this out Wednesday for about 17 cents. So I bought back the spread for 17 cents. And this gave me a 28% profit. All right. So the 3 credit spreads that I managed to close out ranged anywhere from 25% up to 30%. For trades that I was in for just about a week, maybe about a week and a half. Now, I did do 1 debit spread, and that was in LULU. And LULU looked really good. I was playing this. If you followed my trades, I was playing this to the upside, selling puts underneath. So bullish put spreads underneath. And then it had this real big sell-off, and it still kind of looked weak as it was trading sideways here. So when it was roughly around 312, I decided to buy a put spread, and I ended up buying the 315 put and selling the 310 put. I didn't know if it was going to drop below 310. The very next day, it opened up around 305, and I managed to close this out for an 88% profit. 88%. All right. So this debit spread cost me about 240, and I ended up selling it for 450 the very next day. So that's an 88% profit. All right, the two iron condors I did were through earnings. And the first one was Adobe. And Adobe, right before the earnings. So I did this, I believe I did it Monday. So I did it Monday. Normally I like to do it the same day if earnings are in the evenings. And this was a Tuesday evening after market close earnings. I ended up selling the 525 level. So 525. And then I ended up selling the 450 on the bottom side. And here's 450. Okay, before the earnings, it was trading around 480, maybe up to 500. And then after earnings, it opened up back around 480. And I closed it the very next day when it was trading around 480, 475, and managed to make 36% profit on that earnings play overnight, Iron Condor. And the other earnings I did was FedEx, FDX. And again, this one I ended up selling the Iron Condor the day of earnings. Tuesday night was earnings. I tried to target a really wide range where I could still get some credit. And what I ended up doing was selling the 270. It's so far out, it's not even on this. I ended up selling the 270 call. And then down below, I ended up doing the 210 puts. And so I just needed to stay within 270 and 210. And after earnings, it jumped up to 256.18. Kind of scary that it was maybe heading towards 270. So I closed it out in the morning and realized a 19% profit the next day after earnings. And so it was nice to have that premium burn off and let me collect 19%. So I may end up doing a little bit more of these Iron Condors through earnings if the premium's there. They're a nice quick win, and we'll see how they go. So that was my week. And what I want to show you here is my total profit for this week. So P&L for this week. Here it is. I ended up with over $5,000 in profit. As you can see, my win rate this week was 100%. Now, one of the trades did not show up here. I actually ended up losing about $100 on was my Carvana butterfly. So I did a butterfly in Carvana that expired today. It won't actually reflect in the P&L until tomorrow. So when I run the report again, it will deduct about $150 in profit. But you can see here, I had 14 positions open for a total win rate of 100%, maybe 95% after I do the Carvana one pulling in, but still a $5,000 profit in 1 week. Very happy with that, considering this week has been extremely choppy. Hopefully you guys were green. If not, feel free to reach out to me so we can review your trading style, your trading strategies, or join me in OG's Hub in Discord, and the link is below. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back Sunday with my watch.